Hey everyone, it's Patty. I wanted to show you a couple of cards that I'm making for a swap with my team. Um, there's card swaps that people do. Some of them are online and some of them are in person and some are in mail. So I'm doing these through the mail. There's 8 of us. So I will make 8 cards, the same card, and then mail out the 8, and then I'll get 8 different cards back. So it's a fun way to share ideas. So I'm actually making 4 of these and 4 of these. I'm using the designer series paper that comes with the eclectic. I can't say that word. So this is the paper. It's called Naturally Eclectic Designer Series paper. I used 2 sheets of this to make all of the cuts that I needed, and so I don't have a whole sheet to show you. But this is the paper. It's double-sided. It's got some really bright colors. The other side is what I used from the pattern. It's kind of more of a solid. So I cut everything up. I have one set is going to have the black background, and then I have this for the inside, and then I have the layer of the lemon lime twist, and then this is that designer series paper. So this is what's at the other side. So this actually was a 12 by 12, and part of it was the green and it went into like a whiter color, and then the bottom half was the blue. So I decided to use half for green and half for blue. So this is Night of Navy. Then I have the inside, the layer of the lemon lime twist, and then this is the other part of the paper. So this is the same back, but you know, the top was blue, or the top was green, the bottom was blue, and the middle was white. So I tried to get some of the white. So I hope that makes sense. And then I pre-cut everything. So I'm going to just do this. I'm going to show you how to make one, and then I'm going to go off camera and make the rest of them. So I had to make 10 of the chairs, 2 for each card. So let me get this out of the way, and we'll just work on the pieces we need. So I really love the way these came out. This looks like kind of a stormy sky. And this just looks like a calm kind of a day. I don't know if that makes sense. But I use this Colorful Seasons to get the Life is a Beautiful Thing sentiment. And that coordinates with the seasonal layers, and that's where I got the chair. And I've made some other cards with the Adirondack chair and the branch and stuff. So this is what I used. I did some embossing in white here, and then clear embossing with the black ink here. So I'm going to show you how to make both of these. I'll do the embossing on both, and I won't put the entire card together on both because it's kind of a repeat. But I wanted to show you the difference between using the white embossing powder and then using clear embossing powder with the ink. So let's get started. We'll start with the blue. And this is the inside. We won't do that on camera. You've seen that many a times. So I'm going to get my layers out. And the first thing I'm going to do is the embossing. So this one is going to use the white embossing powder. So I keep it in a Tupperware. The first thing I do is I use my embossing buddy. And I just kind of pat it, wipe it. It's got powder, and what it does is it keeps the embossing powder from sticking to places that you're not inked up, that you don't want it to go to. And then I have I thought I had it. Oh, it's right on this table. So for this one, I'm going to use Versamark, and Versamark is a watermark stamp pad, and it's just very sticky. And you put your stamp on it, and it will adhere the sticky here, and then you put the embossing powder on it. So you'll see what I'm talking about. Let me get my stamp and mount that. So I'm using the Life is a Beautiful Thing, and I think I've used this before. I really love the sentiment. So we'll put that mounted on a block, and then I will put it right on here. Make sure it's inked up good. And then I'm going to just place it up here and stick down. Now you're not going to really see what it looks like until we put the embossing powder on, and then we have to heat dry it. I don't know if you can see it. It's there, I can see it. So now we're going to put the embossing powder on. So I just keep it in here, I dump it in. I used white quite a bit. It goes a long way. I mean, you really only use a little bit. So I just like to put it over. I usually put it over a couple of times. So now you can see what it looks like. And then all we have to do is heat emboss it. So let me move this out of the way and put the cover on. And then I use the heat tool from Stampin' Up. I like this tool. I had another one years ago, and I finally went for this new one. So I'm going to put it on and just let it, and I apologize for the noise. I just want you to see what happens. So it shouldn't take that long. You should be able to see it just start to get kind of shiny. It just melts the powder. So just bear with me. I don't know if you could see it starting to turn. It's really pretty cool when you see it live. It makes it shiny. You can tell where it's done. I think the black will show better. So, and then you could just look around. I'm not sure if you can see that it is shiny. The first time I ever saw this, I couldn't believe it. I thought it was like magic. So then I am going to just put these down, one of each, with my fine tip glue pen. And I'm just getting that done. And let me get my tweezers. Boy, I thought I had everything with me today. It's just on the other table. So we're just going to go through and put the glue around. I think you've seen me do this many times. Just a little bit goes a long way. So I will be making a bunch of these, but I think they'll go fast. I've got everything prepped. Kind of prep at night. I like to do the work in the day, but once I have it figured out, it's easy to prep at night. Kind of while I'm watching TV or something. And I'm just going to put that down, have the block sit on it, and get the other one going. And then the card just has to be, you know, the layers just have to be put together. And I'll do that on this one, and then I won't take you through the entire card for the next one. I will just show you the heat embossing with the black ink and the clear powder. So with the clear embossing powder, you can emboss in any color, and it will pick that up. The only thing is, since you're using regular ink, you have to do it pretty quick, because it will dry, and you don't want it to dry before you have it, the embossing powder on it. So let's take this off. I don't know what that red thing is here. I'll scratch that off later. It's like a little piece of something. So I'm just going to put that down there, put this on, and we can get this going. I think this lemon lime twist is a nice pop of color with a night of navy. And then the sky and the chairs, I think it all ties together nicely. So we'll put this up. I'm just going to see. I think there's just a little something was on my, I'll get it later, on my tweezers that seemed to catch on there. So we'll put this on. I mean, doesn't that look pretty? It just really, the chairs pop, and the that layer of lemon lime twist, I think, just pops. So, isn't that pretty? Got a little glue here. I'll have to clean that off as well. To just clean up a little my mess here, and I think we're good. So, let me show you just how to do this one. Again, I am going to use the lighter on the bottom and the darker on top. And then I'm going to get the embossing buddy. And just kind of, I like to tap it and get a little bit of the powder off. Sometimes on a dark color, the powder does show up a little bit, so you have to be careful. And then I'm going to use the Archival Basic Black. And I will use this same stamp. I'm just going to stamp it off there. And this you want to do kind of quick. You don't want to let too much time pass. Put that right here. And then this is clear embossing powder. So the same thing. We're just going to put the embossing powder over. And this is kind of a wow when you see it, because it's it looks white, but when it gets heated, it will be black. You'll see. It'll be black and shiny. So let's get rid of that, and I'm going to just turn this on again and again. I'm sorry for the noise. The black seems to go faster too. I'm not sure why, but see how nice it is? It's just again, like magic. Pretty cool. So we're done with that. So I will just layer this on the lemon lime twist, and behind that the black, and I tie the black from the words together with it. Put a couple of Adirondack chairs on it, and we're good to go. So that will look like this one, and then we have these two. All right, well, that's it for me. Thank you so much, and have a good day. Bye.